Okay, today for science, we're going to continue our week so we talked about the environment. Now we're talking about habitats and how plants and animals live where they live and what they need to grow and survive. So I found this really cool book. It's called World of Wonder Mountains. So we're going to read this in 3 parts. There's lots of pages. So part 1 today. Here we go. Okay, World of Wonder Mountains. Making a mountain. Deep beneath our feet, the ground is very slowly shifting. Vast plates of rock pull apart and crash back together. The plates move because they're floating on the Earth's mantle, a layer of soft molten rock. Long ago, over millions of years, these colossal plates pushed against each other. Rock at the bottom of the ocean crumpled and folded. The rock was forced up and up until the peaks of mountain ranges appeared above the water. Slowly and steadily, these towering crags continue to rise as the earth plates crash and push the rock ever upward. Toward these fold, mountains point toward the sky all over the world, wherever the plates of the earth crust meet and collide. Mountains are continually growing and are constantly being worn away. They are home to unique plants and animals. While some soaring peaks are encased in snow and ice, others explode in a shower of red-hot volcanic sparks. In a world of wonders, mountains rise above everything else. Sky-high Himalayas. A wild wind whips through the high Himalayas, the rooftop of the world. The name means adobe of the snow, as these icy peaks are a world of white. The Himalayas are the highest mountains on the planet. This majestic mountain range rises high above Asia. Its jagged ridges and crags begin forming around 50 million years ago, when the plate of rock beneath India collided with the plate below the rest of Asia. Even now, the Himalayas are still being pushed upward towards the sky. In the far west of the range, the mountain Nanga Parbat is rising faster than any other on the planet. It grows 1/4 inch a year. Glaciers, immense rivers of ice, inch their way down from the steepest heights. There are more glaciers here than anywhere else on Earth, apart from in the polar regions. Lower down, fast-flowing rivers carve their way through the valleys. As clouds gather to the south of the mountains, heavy rains fall. Rain clouds struggle to travel past the towering summits to the north side of the Himalayas, so the land beyond the mountains is dusty and dry. High up the slopes, the temperature drops. Blizzards rage, ice cracks. Can anything survive in this harsh, frozen landscape? Peak of heaven. One towering pyramid stays higher than all the others in the Himalayan range. Mount Everest. This snow-capped giant is the highest mountain on Earth. Its Tibetan name, Chomolungma, means goddess, mother of the world. In Nepal, it is known as Sargamatha, which means peak of heaven. Everest reaches 29,029 feet up into the clouds. Its jagged ridges and sharp peaks dwarf all below. The slopes of the summit are buried in snow all year round. This snow is deepest at the end of the summer, but the powerful winter winds that whistle across the mountainside blow much of the snow away by spring. It is so cold and bleak at the very top that no animals or plants can survive there. Ooh, spider survival, Miss Jenny's least favorite. One minuscule creature can be found sheltering under a rock away from the battering wind near the top of Mount Everest. The Himalayan jumping spider is one of the highest living animals on the planet. But how can it survive in this desolate landscape? As the clouds clear and a beam of sunlight warms the rock, the tiny spider scurries out of the shadows. Its dark brown body is the perfect camouflage so it can't be seen by birds flapping overhead. The spider is also well hidden from its own prey. But what does the spider eat high up where there is so little life? In this bleak habitat, tiny flies and springtails survive on food blown up by the wind. These bugs are the spider's prey. The spider waits until the hairs on its body and legs detect something moving. Its prey is close by. The spider uses its smaller eyes to spot its prey and then zooms in with its larger eyes. It gets ready to jump by sending more blood flowing to its back legs. Then it fixes a line of silk to the rock before preparing to make its move. When the insect is close enough, the spider jumps. Deadly icefall. Sunlight glistens on a simmering slope that's rough with rugged ice. This is the Khumbu icefall. It's steep and creaking section of glacier that is slipping slowly down the slope of Mount Everest. The icefall moves more quickly than the rest of the glacier, shifting and groaning as gravity pulls it down the sheer face of the mountain. Huge tethering towers of ice, called seracs, build up and up as the icefall shudders. It's way downward. All at once, the glacier judders suddenly and a tower topples, crashing down the slopes in an avalanche of ice. Fractured ice. As the icefall creaks and groans again, a jagged crack appears in the brittle surface ice. It quickly grows. The ice splits apart and crevices slashes into its way through the glacier. This deadly chasm has sheer vertical walls that plummet deep down to the base of the icefall. The ice inside glows with a beautiful blue sheen. Time passes and the glacier moves on. The crevices start to close. The rift in the ice has gone. Now nothing but the rough, white surface remains, moving relentlessly down the mountainside. All right, this is the page we're going to stop on for today. Quiet Queen of the Ice. A stealthy shadow slinks across the snow, crouching completely still among the rocks. She is almost invisible. A snow leopard is hunting high on the mountainside. Her spot-spattered gray-white coat hides her as she prowls across the rocky landscape. The wind howls fiercely, but her soft, thick fur keeps off the chill. Huge paws stop the snow leopard from sinking into the snow as she makes her silent way across the slopes. Now she leaps from crag to crag, using her long tail for balance. She pauses to take a rest, sheltered from the relentless wind as she scans the rocky ridge. She is hungry. Her eyes and ears are alert for prey. She freezes. A wild sheep has begun to pick its way through the rocks towards her, looking for scrubby grass to nibble. She lies in wait, ready to pounce. Thanks for listening. So we're going to keep reading this book throughout this week. There could be even 4 days of this. So what I will do is assign you some books related to mountains on Epic. So please check that out today, and I'll link them below as usual. Thanks.